When I was a child, I did not understand many things. But now I can see that food was not only food in my life. In many families, food means love. People cook for you and give you food to show they care. In my family, this was very true. Food was sometimes the only way to feel love. My parents did not talk about love. They did not say, "I love you," and they did not hug me much. My dad tried, but his hugs felt a little strange. He stood a bit far away and patted my back quickly, like he did not know what to do. It did not feel warm. It felt shy. My mom was harder to understand. Sometimes she was okay, but many times she was very quiet and very sad. Now I know she had depression. But when I was a child, I only knew that something was wrong. The house felt heavy and slow. My mom stayed in her room for many days. Sometimes for weeks, she wore the same pink nightgown and did not open the window. The room was dark and quiet. When she came out, she moved slowly, like she had no energy. Her eyes looked empty, and she did not smile. During these times, we did not have real meals. We ate simple food like instant noodles, or we ordered pizza, and the boxes stayed on the table. This is how I knew how long she was sad. I did not count days. I counted the food. Then one day something changed. I always waited for this moment. I hoped for it very much. The house started to feel lighter, and the kitchen came back to life. My mom started cooking again. I could hear the sounds from the kitchen. I could smell the food. The smell was warm and strong. The rice cooker made a soft click sound, and I knew dinner was ready. Nobody talked about it, but we all understood when my mom cooked. It meant things were better. It meant we were safe again. I remember one day very clearly. I was about 10 years old. It was summer. I sat at the kitchen table, and in front of me there was half a head of lettuce. That was my whole lunch. Just lettuce and nothing else. This was not only one day. It happened many times, and later it became normal for me. My mom tried to make me eat more. She told me to eat, but she could not force me. Now I understand this better. You cannot make a child eat if they do not want to. At that time, I did not know why I did this, but now I understand. Food was the only thing I could control. My life felt very uncertain. My mom's mood changed again and again, and I could not stop it. I could not help her. I could not make her better, but I could control my food. I could choose not to eat. I could choose how much I ate, and in some way I think I wanted my mom to see me. I wanted her to care about me more. I wanted to feel that I was important. Maybe I thought that if I did not eat, she would pay attention. Maybe I thought that if I was weak, she would stay. I did not think about this clearly at that time, but now I can see it. When things felt scary and out of control, food became my way to feel safe, even if it was not a healthy way, even if it hurt me. It gave me a small feeling of power in a life where I felt very small and unsure. As I grew older, my eating did not become normal. It became more strict and more controlled. I did not eat like other people. Many times I could not eat at all. When I felt sad or stressed, my body did not want food, my stomach felt tight, and eating felt difficult. When I did eat, I had many rules. I wanted everything to be very clean and very small. I thought this was good. I thought this was discipline. But it was not. It was a problem. Later, I became a yoga teacher, and I often said I could not eat much because I needed an empty stomach for practice. This was partly true, but not the real reason. The real reason was that I worried about my body all the time. I wanted to be very thin. I believed that if I was not thin, I was not good enough. I connected my body with my value. If I saw small changes in my body, I felt bad and ashamed. So I ate less and less. I lost a lot of weight. One time I went home and my mom told me to stand on a scale. She was very shocked when she saw my weight, but I felt proud. I thought I was doing well, even when my body was weak. I often felt dizzy and very tired. I had low energy, but I told myself it was because of yoga and meditation. I believed I was healthy, but I was not. I started to follow many diets. I tried to be vegetarian, then vegan. Then I tried to eat only raw food. I read many things about food every day. I read that some foods were bad, some foods were not clean, and some foods had toxins. The more I read, the more confused I became. I stopped listening to my body and only followed rules. I spent more time thinking about food than eating food. I also did juice cleanses and detox programs. I believed this would make me better, but it made me afraid of food. I started to feel that almost nothing was safe to eat. If I ate meat, I worried. If I ate sugar, I felt guilty. If I ate more, I felt like I lost control. Many times I opened the fridge and just stood there. I looked at the food, but I did not know what to eat. Everything felt wrong, so I chose to eat very little. I had a small list of foods that I thought were safe, and I ate only those foods. And even then, I ate very small amounts. I told myself I had control, but really I was not free. Food controlled me later, after I had my first child. Things became harder. My body changed, and I did not accept it. I wanted my old body back, so I ate less and less. I tried to lose weight very fast. I used my old clothes to check my body. If they did not fit, I felt bad. When I went back to work, I felt ashamed and said I still needed to lose weight. I did not understand how not eating affected my body. I did not eat enough, and this affected my milk for my baby. At the same time, my anxiety became stronger. I felt nervous and my heart beat fast. Sometimes I had panic attacks. I felt tired in my body and my mind. And finally, I was told that I had an eating disorder. It was not just a habit. It was a serious problem, and it was hurting both my body and my mind. After some time, I began to see that I had a real problem. I could not continue to live like this. My body was weak and my mind was always full of fear about food. When I became pregnant with my second child, something slowly started to change. I told myself that I wanted to be healthy, not only for me but also for my baby. During that time, I stayed at home a lot. I did not meet many people. I wore simple clothes, and I did not worry too much about how I looked. This helped me feel a little more free. I started to eat more, and I allowed myself to enjoy food again. At first it felt strange, but also warm and comforting. I made a clear choice that I did not want to go back to my old habits. I knew I might gain weight, but I told myself that it was okay. This was not easy because for many years I believed that being thin meant being good and lovable. Now I needed to change this idea. Step by step I started to listen to my body again. I noticed that when I did not eat for many hours, my body became weak and my mind became anxious. Sometimes when I finally ate something after a long time, I felt like crying. It was like my body felt relief. This helped me understand that food was not my enemy. Food was something my body needed. I also started to see the connection between my eating and my anxiety. Before I thought my anxiety came for no reason, but now I saw that not eating made it worse. When my body did not have enough food, it felt unsafe, and this made my mind feel afraid. Slowly I tried to change my habits. I stopped making too many strict rules about food. I stopped waiting as long as possible to eat. I tried to eat at normal times like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This sounds simple, but it was very hard for me. Sometimes I forgot to eat. Sometimes I still felt afraid, but I kept trying. I also talked to friends and asked them how they eat. I learned that very small food is not enough for a meal. I started to understand what my body needed. I also began to see my habits more clearly, like not finishing food or avoiding meals. These were signs of my problem, and I needed to face them. I told myself that if I continued to eat too little, my body and my mind would get worse. So I tried to be kinder to myself. I accepted that I had an eating disorder and that it came from my past, from my childhood and my family. Food was not just food for me. It was a way to feel safe when life felt out of control. Understanding this did not fix everything, but it helped me start to change. I learned that healing takes time. Sometimes I move forward, and sometimes I go back, but I keep going. I want to be healthy. I want to have energy. I want to be there for my children, and I want them to grow up with a healthy and happy way of eating. I am still learning, but now I am moving in a better direction.